What's up, guys? Avery Jackalope, Rob Ricks here with a story I'm not very proud of, but it is one of those life lessons. So I grew up in a small town called Pacifica, suburbs. So we graduated from living in the ghetto up at Trail Hill, and my parents worked really fucking hard, finished school, became nurses, and we moved to the suburbs. We moved to a place called Pacifica. And I fell in with pretty bad kids. Probably not nearly as bad as the kids I would have grown up with if I lived somewhere like Potrero Hill, but still bad kids. But they're my homies. And I became a pretty good thief. Would steal shit all the time. And I didn't steal stuff for, value or anything else. I stole shit at the time because it was a rush. You would do something and your heart would be racing and you'd be scared because you knew you weren't supposed to do that shit. You knew it. It was wrong. But it was exciting as fuck. So one day, I decide there was a new comic. It was across the street from my house. There was a 7-Eleven. It was the bottom of Manor Drive. And there was a 7-Eleven there. And I didn't look around to see who was looking or anything else. All I saw, there was a comic book rack faced out the window. So there was a comic book, Cloak and Dagger #1. And I grabbed 5 of them. And here was my thinking. I'd grab 5 of them. I'd stick it in my pants, cover it with my shirt, and if any of them got bent, it would be the first or the last ones, but the ones in the middle should be in mint condition. And the irony of this is I had $20 in my pocket. I just didn't want to break it for change. Okay? So here I am, tuck it, flip it, and I look up and there's an ambulance right there, staring in. Made eye contact, and I said, oh shit. So I take a walk around and I'm thinking, damn, I know they saw that shit. So I grab the comics, I pull them out, and I throw them in the ice cream area. So I have nothing on me, okay? But I was hanging out with a friend named Dino. You'll hear a lot about Dino, okay? We called his ass Ronald McDonald. Dino Santos was my good friend. So I'm like, all right, I got shit on me. Cool. Let's get out of here. I told Dino, hey, dude, let's just break. I got a bad feeling. He's like, all right. So we get walking out. The cop car rolls up, and I'm like, oh, shit. And so I'm like, all right, the best thing to do so not to be suspicious is to walk towards the cop, keep going, go on the right, and go back into the school area, right? So I'm walking. This motherfucker grabs me by the back. I had one of those sweat jackets on that had a hood on the back. He grabs the hood and he snatches me, chokes me, and I go flying back into his arms and he grabs me. And he pulls me over towards the paramedics, right? And he goes, what happened? He goes, yeah, he was stealing some stuff and, he ditched it back inside of the thing. So he's like, do you have anything on you? I said, I don't have anything on me. So he's checking me and feeling, I don't have shit on me. He grabs my friend Dino, searches Dino. Dino's got all his weed on him. He had a switchblade on him, a bunch of other shit. And I'm like, fuck. And I'm thinking I'm in trouble. All of a sudden, so the cop's like, yeah, I'm going to call your parents. I'm like, no, take me to jail. Take me to jail. Fuck that. Don't call my dad, because my dad was at home and he was sleeping. And I was scared shitless if my dad found out. So the cop's asking our information. He's got us sitting on the ground, and I'm fucking crying my ass off because I just know my dad is going to fucking kill me. I'm like, take me to jail. Do not call home. Because I'm not thinking rationally, because even if I went to jail, they're going to call my home, but I didn't want to have to deal with my dad. So all of a sudden, I hear my front door open, because we're just right across the street from 7-Eleven, and I look, and here comes my dad. Dome. I'm like, oh, fuck. My dad comes, the paramedics look, and they go, Mel? And he's like, yep. He goes, that's your boy? He goes, yep. They're like, oh, Mel, if we would have known that was your boy, we'd have called you instead of the cops. He's like, no, it's fine. So he talks to the cops, and the cop says, technically he didn't get caught stealing anything because he left everything inside of the store. He didn't bring anything out. But he was going to steal something, and the guy saw him, and, he had second thoughts, and he did that. My dad said, okay. So he tells me, come on, we're going home. I'm like, all right. And he just smacks the shit out of the back of my head, and it wraps around, hits my ear. Well, at that time, I had an ear infection. And I would get these ear infections all the time, and it was an external, meaning that if you pulled the earlobe, it just felt like somebody crammed a fucking ice pick in your ear. Well, when he smacked me, it felt like my ear exploded. So I stumbled forward, boom, 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 and went into a full sprint. Got to the house, closed the door, locked it, right? And I'm all, I hear, click, click, click. I'm like, fuck, he's got keys. I run into the bathroom, I lock that, right? And then I hear him doom, 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 walking over, and I hear, open, I want to talk to you. I'm like, no, you're going to beat my ass. He's like, I'm not going to beat your ass. Open the door, I want to talk to you. I'm like, oh, you're going to beat my ass. If you don't open this door, I'm going to fucking kill you. Whoop, snatched me out. Ah, what the fuck? You doing still? Oh, he just beat my ass and beat my ass because Dino had weed on him and all this other. Oh, I got my ass beat. That wasn't the worst part though, because I was used to my dad beating my ass if I did something stupid. My mom was working. She came home from working. And I figured, my mom got my back. Because it was a kind of a weird dynamic like that. Me and my mom were kind of allied, and my brother and my dad were allied. It was a real clear distinction, and it's really bad in a family to do that because the kids see it. So anyway, my mom comes home, and she goes, I raised a fucking thief? And, like, the ass whooping I got from my dad, it hurt, right? It hurt really bad. But the words that came out of my mom's mouth just felt like knives just tearing, no, not even knives, like raw claws just ripping pieces of my heart, okay? And I had this comic book collection that was awesome. I had Submariner #1. I had the what was it, Hulk 180 something. It was like first appearance of Wolverine. I had some good fucking comics. I was a hardcore collector. So my mom grabs the boxes of comics that I have and she starts throwing them. This is what it's all about. You're a thief. You're gonna steal for fucking comic books. And I'm all, no, stop. She goes, oh, you care about these? They had a fireplace going. And my mom's all, I'll just burn your comic books. And my brother steps in and says, no, Mom, if you really want to hurt him, give them to me. Now, my brother, I thought, was being a dick. But I really think what he was trying to do was make sure those comic books didn't get burned up, right? Because ultimately, I got those comic books back from my brother. So, my mom said, that sounds like a good idea. So she gives the comics to my brother. And then, I'm sorry guys, I just got really distracted. I saw something flying around in my garage here. We got a bunch of flies going on in here, but I saw something look to be about this big. Maybe it's a moth or something else, but it just went by and it's big as fuck. I don't know what it is. Anyway, I'm sorry. Sorry for that distraction. But my brother in it with my comic books, and it was sitting in his room, and my mom was just sitting there unrelenting, just telling me, oh, I can't believe you would do this. It's so embarrassing what you did. And she was mad. But then she said something that just destroyed my soul. She says, I hate you for doing this. Okay? Now, as an adult, I hear what she said. I hate you for doing this. Right? My young ears, aged 12, I guess, all I heard was, I hate you. And the love I have for my mom was, she was my safe person. There's shit, she was the only one that I felt safe with because my stepdad was just hard as shit. So when she said that, it went from the tearing to just my heart exploding. I guess this is inadvertently going to end up being an angel story too, guardian angels. But, so, I'm thinking, fuck, I just, I've embarrassed my family. I've done this. I feel horrible. Fuck, I want to die. And so I grabbed a bottle of Tylenol pills and I just took them all. I took all the Tylenol. And for years, I woke up hours later, stomach hurting really bad, but I didn't say anything. And my mom comes in and she apologizes because she had some time to cool off. And I was like, well, fucking now you say it. Shit, I could have been dead. And my wife is almost done in nursing. And we were talking about this. And she said, you know what? You should have died. Because Tylenol, if you take a whole bottle of Tylenol, there's a window of opportunity to counteract that, right? Once you get beyond that, your organs start to shut down. Now, I might be paraphrasing this, and I might not be getting this 100% right, but she basically said, I should have died. So, maybe a guardian angel intervened and did something to make sure I didn't die. I don't know, but I was glad I didn't die because that was horrible. So anyway, I learned a pretty solid lesson about stealing. And my mom, she wasn't done with me. She wasn't done with me. She was working at the county jail at the time. And this is years before that scared straight shit, right? And my mom decides, okay, this motherfucker thinks he's hard as shit. I'm going to bring him into work with me. So a few days later, she brings me into work. And unbeknownst to me, she would hand out the medication. Jeez, Liz. She would hand out the medication, and there was this one really big, scary black dude that she was good friends with, and he was an athlete and some other stuff, and he had basically did something with drugs or something. So he got in trouble, and so that's why he was in county. But he had some medical conditions, so my mom gave him medicine all the time. So she had a day or two to talk to him before bringing me in, and she had told him, yeah, scare this motherfucker to death. So they bring me in, and I'm walking past all these motherfuckers screaming that they want to fuck me in the ass and all this other shit, and I'm like, fuck you, I'm fucking hard, motherfucker, I'm hard. And she puts me in a cell with this motherfucker. So I'm in a cell with this dude, and I remember hearing the clink when that fucking door said chunk, and it's the most ominous, horrifying fucking sound because those doors don't open fast and they didn't close fast. It's like cling, and it rang out. And this dude just smiled at me. He said, "Oh, you're a little motherfucking badass, huh?" And I was all just like this, ignoring him, The motherfucker gets right up on me, goes, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna put my big black dick in your ass, motherfucker." And I'm all, and I'm scared now because I'm realizing ain't nothing I can do to stop this dude. He's like, "Yeah, that's what we do to little motherfuckers like you. We fucking punk them, stick a dick in your motherfucking mouth." And I was like, "I'll bite it." He said, "Oh, you're a little badass, huh? You little motherfucking badass." So he fucking grabs me, boom, grabs me here, turns me around. At that point, I'm screaming, "Mom, Mom!" I'm screaming for my mom. And this motherfucker is fighting back an urge to laugh. And he's just going more and more brutal with it. Like, "Yeah, motherfucker, I'm gonna love this shit. Ooh, it's been a while since I got mine, And I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. So my mom and the guard shows up. The guard yells, "Get back, motherfucker!" And so the guy gets off me, he puts his hands up. They open the thing, I go out, I'm fucking crying like a bitch. So my mom's hugging me. She goes, "You learned your lesson?" I said, "Yeah, I learned my lesson." She's like, "I hope so, because where you're going, this is where you're going to end up." "Oh, I'm so sorry." So I go home. My mom takes me home, and then years later, she let me know that dude was just one of the nicest guys. But I was mentally fucking scarred. So I had my ass physically beat by my dad. Mentally, I had been just brutalized from my mom for the shit, and I took it the wrong way and attempted suicide. And then I had to deal with the potentiality of being ass raped by some fucking dude in county jail. So suffice to say, I thought everything was done with my punishment. Oh, and I had a month grounding. No, my dad wasn't done. My dad decided every day after school for all my fucking friends to see, I was going to pick up trash around that 7-Eleven. So he took me over there. He told the fucking clerk dude. He told the other guy, my son's going to be cleaning up trash here. It's part of his punishment. And the guy's like, cool, right? So for that month, I was grounded. I had to pick up trash. All my friends were clowning on me. So yeah, I learned real quick, real fucking quick, that I wasn't going to steal anymore. And that was the last time that I stole anything. And talk about a fucking life lesson. There you go. Alright guys, so that's that for that story. That was a thief and an ass whooping, I think is what I'm going to call this one. So anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Hope you guys get a kick out of that one. If you like it, please subscribe, tell all your friends. Until next time. Motherfucker. Oh, I see your big ass now. Come on. Let's get on camera. Let's get on camera, motherfucker. Alright. Motherfucker. Ooh, got him. Got him. Where did he fucking fall? I got that motherfucker though. Yeah, Angry Jackalope. 2 flies 0. Motherfucker must die. Alright.